The Rock continues to elevate the WWE in a major way, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out what's going on with Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and more. Starting things off with how Becky Lynch indirectly almost made someone quit WWE. This story just took place in 2023. As everyone knows, one of the biggest hyped up dream matches in 2018 was Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. If you go back to 2018, that was a match that was extremely hyped and wanted by lots of fans. Becky was rising to the top of her game, and Ronda was very electric during that first WWE run. But WWE never pulled the trigger on that singles match back then. But when Ronda returned to WWE in 2022, there was a plan being rumored for how WWE was going to handle this second run for Ronda Rousey. And it included her facing Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 38, and then finally Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 39. That was apparently the rumored plan. But by the time WrestleMania 39 season came along, WWE decided not to go through with the Ronda and Becky singles match after all, because clearly the match had lost a lot of its mystique and aura that it once had in 2018. The opportunity passed by, and there was just not as much fan interest in seeing that match in 2023 compared to 2018. So WWE decided to allegedly scrap those plans that were in place because of that reason. Now, reports at the time claimed that Becky Lynch was understanding about the cancellation and comprehended why they were moving on from that match. But according to a new interview from Ronda Rousey, she appeared to have a major issue with the cancellation and made her voice and frustration extremely heard. Ronda Rousey said that in the months prior to WrestleMania 39, she made several pitches to WWE regarding that singles match with Becky Lynch, but ultimately her pitches were ignored and denied. And when it became known to Ronda Rousey that she wasn't getting her WrestleMania 39 match with Becky Lynch, she threatened to fully quit and walk out of the company for how they were ignoring her requests and pitches. Ronda Rousey gave them one last offer if they wanted to hold on to her, and that was to allow her to tag team and work with Shayna Baszler, or she would quit and never walk through that door again. Well, it looks like WWE granted that wish to Ronda Rousey, and she was able to work with her best friend before retiring in the summer of 2023. Judging by all the comments that Ronda Rousey has been seeing lately, it looks like she didn't really enjoy either of her runs with WWE. She didn't like the first one because of working with Vince McMahon, and it doesn't look like she liked her second run because it was messy, chaotic, directionless, and didn't get what she wanted. Ronda Rousey did say that she wishes her run would have fully been under Triple H, but that she felt like Vince McMahon was still in control during her second entire run with WWE. Alexa Bliss is back in the news this week for several big topics. First topic being about her new jacket. This was something we spoke about a few weeks back, but Alexa was reposting some shots of a new custom jacket her designer was working on. And it made fans wonder if that jacket was getting prepared to be worn by Alexa Bliss during her upcoming return to the company. Well, we got the answer to that speculation. That jacket was actually used as a giveaway item from the designer and Alexa Bliss. So it's not something that'll be worn by Alexa during her return. But also posted by Alexa Bliss this week was some shots of her training hard in the gym. Alexa did confirm during her previous question and answer session that she is returning to the WWE soon. So it's safe to assume that this training session is all gearing up for that big return. And then one fan on Twitter responded to an old viral clip from Raw in the fall of 2022 of Alexa and Iyo Sky exchanging some serious blows to each other's bodies. This was a viral moment at the time because fans wondered and speculated if Alexa and Iyo got each other upset, to the point that they started throwing real punches at each other. Well, several years later, and Alexa responded to that clip saying that it makes her laugh to see all the fans commenting and speculating about those being real punches. Alexa claims that a real fight isn't what's happening there at all, so that clears up that old story. As far as to updates with Alexa Bliss's return, everything has still been pretty radio silent. There's no timetable being reported about her return, no rumored brand, no rumored plans, so everything's in the dark right there in this moment. The only piece of solid information so far being Alexa giving her word that she's coming back. So we'll see when that return date will actually take place. Will it be post-WrestleMania season? Will it be a return during SummerSlam season, which has now become quite the hot spot for a big return? That's what we'll have to wait on. The Rock made an unexpected appearance on the March 25th edition of Raw that contributed to one of the most intriguing openers and closers to a Raw episode that we've seen in quite some time. Raw opened up with Cody Rhodes reviewing everything that's been happening in recent weeks, saying that the time for talking was quickly coming to an end, and how he needs the fans to fight with him. Out came The Rock to a crazy reaction from the crowd, because he was not advertised for the show at all. The Rock stood in the ring for several minutes, didn't say a word on the microphone, and instead walked up, whispered something to Cody, before just leaving and getting out of the ring, which was very uncharacteristic for The Rock. But it worked because it created intrigue and mystery behind the context of that whisper. And pro lip-reading fans cracked the message pretty fast. They claimed that The Rock told Cody that he would make him bleed tonight. And judging by the end of the show, it looks like that was the message after all. So let's get to that moment. As Cody is easily taking care of Solo and Jimmy backstage, The Rock appears out of nowhere to beat Cody Rhodes from behind. The Rock absolutely dominated Cody Rhodes, throwing trash cans at his head and beating him outside in the rain. The Rock keeps his promise and makes sure not only Cody's bleeding, but also wipes the blood with this special weight belt that he plans to give Cody's mom at WrestleMania. It was also important to note that reports claim that it's no accident that John Cena and Stone Cold could be seen on a production truck during that rainy beatdown in the background. Reports claim that was done on purpose and was another one of those moments of Triple H including a future Easter egg in the background. John Cena, Steve Austin, and The Undertaker are all now being rumored for WrestleMania roles. But getting back to The Rock and Cody's beatdown, it was one of the most memorable closing moments to an episode of Raw in numerous amounts of years, and gave fans a flashback to the good old days of Raw when they always used to end in a memorable way like that. It's also nice to see that fans were negative about The Rock's return to WWE are now realizing that maybe they were a bit wrong to say that WWE didn't fully need The Rock. It's clear that The Rock adds an element to WWE programming that not anyone else can really add. So do they desperately need him to save them per se? Well, maybe not that extreme, but there's still no denying the special feel and additions that he brings with him, whatever he's doing. But like Bryan Danielson once said, the fans can be very fickle at times. Everyone wanted Cody versus Roman so much at WrestleMania 40, but there's a growing group of fans out there now claiming that there's no real hype behind Roman versus Cody, how it's becoming stale, and how a majority of this excitement is actually behind everything The Rock is doing. And it's something we talked about heavily over the last few weeks and wondered if it was being done on purpose. But Roman Reigns, one of the longest WWE champions in history, feels like a complete non-factor in this entire storyline. He hasn't taken much action. He hasn't said much. He hasn't gotten physical. He's just a background character in the story right now that's kind of just standing there. It still feels like seeing more of a build-up for Cody Rhodes versus The Rock than Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. So that is a big issue, but either way, fans are starting to come back around and seeing why The Rock is needed to shift things into the next gear for WWE. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.